Hello, everybody. Sean Davis here for the Raptors Nation, your home for everything related to the Toronto Raptors. Your Raptors get a big-time victory last night at home against the Minnesota Timberwolves, thanks to a second-half surge where they would dominate the Minnesota Timberwolves. They were down 10 points after the first period, but they would wind up winning the game by 23, 125 to 102. Spicy P, he had a spectacular game. We're going to talk about him a little bit later on, but he had 12 points, 10 rebounds, and a career-high 13 assists for his second career triple-double. OG Anunoby had 22 points and 5 rebounds. He shot perfect 4 for 4 from deep. Fred VanVleet, we'll get to him as well. 12 points, 8 assists. He did have 5 steals, but he did not shoot the ball well from the field. He was only 5 for 15 from the field at 2 for 7 from deep. And Gary Trent Jr., 9 of 13 shooting, 6 of 8 from deep, and he had 29 points. Now, those 4 guys, I didn't mention Scottie Barnes because there's something very interesting about him that we're going to get to in just a moment. But when those 4 guys are on the floor, good things definitely happen. They've only played a total of 19 games together. That four-man lineup, they only played 19 games together, and they're 13-6 when they play together. And Nick Nurse said this before the game. The main thing is that the record is good, but I think we need to get them a little bit more organized and a little bit more connected. I agree with what Nick Nurse is saying. 19 games as a unit is just not good enough, or it's just not enough time together to gel as a lineup. And, I mean, Fred VanVleet's been dealing with injuries. Gary Trent Jr. had a stretch where he was out. OG's been in and out of the lineup a little bit. These 4 guys just haven't been able to be on the court at the same time together. And I think for the Raptors to have an extended postseason run, they're going to have to get the chemistry down with these 4 players. Now, as regards to Fred VanVleet, head coach Nick Nurse had a very interesting statement at the post-game presser. He said this: Fred, he was unbelievable defensively tonight, man. That was as fast as Fred's moved in a few games, and his hands were unbelievable tonight. He was incredible. Now, Fred, he was absolutely spectacular defensively. He was a big reason why the Raptors defensively were able to be so good in that second half. He's another big reason why D'Angelo Russell struggled. D'Angelo Russell shot 3 for 15 in that game last night, and a large part of that is thanks to what Fred VanVleet was able to do defensively, and he had 5 steals, and a lot of that, again, is definitely credited to the work that Fred VanVleet was able to do. Now, Pascal Siakam, he's been phenomenal recently. In the last 15 games, he's averaging 26.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 5.3 assists. He didn't really score the ball well offensively last night, but here's what he said post-game, and he said this: I'd come down the floor and it felt like everyone was open, because when Pascal Siakam is going, ladies and gentlemen, he just opens the floor up, and his ability to find teammates and kind of be a point forward in a way at times, that really opens the offense, it stretches the offense up because of Pascal Siakam's special ability and how good he is as a player. And when he's rolling like that, good things happen for your Raptors. Now, a very interesting decision happened mid-game. So the Raptors, they're up 2 at the half. And coming out of the half, Scottie Barnes is coming off the bench. Now, Scottie Barnes, he had a good game last night. He scored 17 points. He had a +6. He was 17 points. Not perfect, 7 for 9 from the field. He was 3 for 4 from the line. Tack on 5 rebounds and 4 assists. But he did not start coming out of the second half. And here's what he said. Here's what Nick Nurse said as why he did not start coming out of the half. Here's what Nick Nurse said in the postgame. Listen, he was a part of that decision too. He just thought that Precious would match up on Towns, and he's like, I'll come off the bench and let Precious go guard him. And we'll see that every now and then, as well related to Barnes. He says, we see that every now and then where the ball doesn't find him, and he can't quite find the maneuvers in towards the rim. Now, I absolutely understand why Precious Achiuwa was able to go out there and, and why Scottie Barnes was able to say, hey, coach, Precious, have him go out there, I'll come off the bench. First off, that's just unselfishness by Scottie Barnes, and that shows you how much he's willing to win and how much he's willing to sacrifice for his team to win. Because Precious Achiuwa, you don't lose anything on the offensive end of the floor, because Achiuwa, as all the players have mentioned, Nick Nurse has mentioned it as well, Precious has the newfound confidence in his three-point shooting. He was 3 of 7 on Wednesday last night, and he continues to shoot the 3-ball extremely well. He's 40% from deep since the All-Star break. And now, since Precious is shooting the ball well with confidence offensively, you can afford to bench Scottie Barnes, arguably the rookie of the NBA, the rookie of the year in the NBA. You can bench him and not lose that much offensively, because Precious is going to be able to stretch the floor out still, and you have to close out on his three-point ball. Again, OG, he shot the ball well from 3, so you can't let him shoot. Gary Trent Jr., we know what you could do along with Fred VanVleet, so you really, as a defense, have to pick and choose your poison of, okay, who are we going to allow shoot here? a spectacular performance by all things involved. And going back to what I said at the beginning of the video with the four-man lineup and why those guys have to stay healthy and be able to play together, because the Raptors already with Nick Nurse, they don't play that many players. Last night, only 8 players got significant minutes. So if OG Anunoby goes down with an injury, or if Fred VanVleet is still nagging with his injuries, you're losing time. You're losing a valuable member. Like, this isn't any other team or a team like maybe Golden State or whatever. It's just a random team, or Phoenix. They can afford to lose a star player because they're so deep. The Raptors, by nature, by Nick Nurse's system, they only run 8 and at maximum 9-man rotation. So it's going to be pivotal for your Raptors to get a victory and be able to stay healthy. Now, in terms of the standings, your Raptors, they are the 6th seed. As of right now, they will match up with the Philadelphia 76ers. And I think that's a matchup. Honestly, me personally, that's a matchup that I think favors the Raptors. I think the Sixers may be the little bit more talented team, but I think the Raptors have enough bodies on the defensive end that are long and that can really challenge and bother James Harden. And then I trust Nick Nurse to scheme some things up to kind of give Joel Embiid some troubles. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. What were your thoughts on last night's game against the Minnesota Timberwolves? And who do you think the Raptors match up the best with come playoff time? For Sean Davis here for the Raptors Nation, hit that like button and subscribe. Hit post notification bell so you never miss a new news video or a new film breakdown, which will be coming soon. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time.